Welcome, it's Abhiyan Mishra, just another quantum computing enthusiast from Quiftix. In this video, we will be dealing with another important aspect of quantum computing, that is no cloning theorem. So, we all are familiar with the term cloning. You can say cloning is nothing but copying information and pasting onto a different position or place. Like if you copied a paragraph from one document and pasted it on another document, what you're doing basically is you're copying the state of the classical bits at a given memory location onto a different memory location. So when we're talking about cloning in quantum realm, we are referring to the same thing. We will be copying the quantum state of a given qubit and superimposing it onto a different qubit, basically making two copies of the same qubit. So let's continue with our discussion. So we already know that whenever we talk about an operation in quantum computing, we are basically referring to a circuit associated with it. So here here let us assume that we have a gate C which performs a quantum cloning, or you can say cloning, and we are trying to clone the state omega. This is 0. This is nothing but a qubit on which we will superimpose the state omega. So when we pass these two qubits through the gate C, we get two copies of omega. This is the original copy, and we get a new copy of the state omega. So in this video we will try to prove that there is no such state, like there is no such gate as C by contradiction. So first of all, let me assume that omega is nothing but a general state represented as A0 and B1. We also know that the sum of the square of these coefficients is 1, because of the sum of the square you can say amplitude has to be a 1 value. We already discussed all these topics. And if I assume that this given operation was correct, then I could represent it in the form of, you can say the C is an operation which, when applied on state omega, because it's a multi-qubit system, we are using tensor product omega, tensor product 0 gives me a new multi-qubit system which can be presented as omega, tensor product omega. We are considering this to be true. So if we consider the given the previous equation to be true, now we will try to first we evaluate the left hand side and right hand side. So coming to the left hand side, first we just because we know omega is nothing but A0 and B1, we just put the state and perform tensor product. We then because we know that A is nothing but a constant coefficient for this you can say vector which represents state 0. So we take an A and C out, because because C is also you can say a constant matrix which will be constant for all the states omega. We take A and C out, and so we take B and C out. What we notice here is we get you can say a particular multiplication 0 tensor product 0 and a 1 tensor product 0. This given state, when compared with the given equation which we can you can say assume to be true, are same. So if this was true, then we can apply this operation here. So what we get, because we can say 0 is nothing but omega here, so we will make a copy of 0. So we get A00, 0, and 1 is nothing here but omega, so we'll make a copy of 1, so we get 1 1. These are nothing but, you can say 0 tensor product 0, and this is nothing but 1 tensor product 1. We already discussed all these things while we talking about multi-qubit systems. So we get you can say the left hand side evaluated to this expression. Now evaluating the right hand side, while evaluating we do nothing but we perform tensor product on a given you can say qubit omega. And after applying tensor product, we get this particular state. On comparing these two states, you can say on comparing these two equations and the coefficients of the given qubit, we get A square is equal to A, therefore A is equal to 1, and we get B square is equal to B, we get B is equal to 1 because of the coefficients, and we get AB is equal to 0. So if you can say that AB is equal to 0 and A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, we get these three equations when comparing 2 and 3. So we get here, if we were to take we were to assume this to be true, then this was a contradiction, and if we were to assume this to be true, then this was a contradiction, which means that these two are contradictory to each other, which further proves that the very first assumption we made here is false. So this successfully proves that there exists no gate C, or you can say no unitary C, which when applied on a multi-qubit system is able to give us an operation which is similar to that of a cloning. Therefore there exists no possibility of perfectly cloning a given qubit in quantum realm. This is what no cloning theorem says. What are the consequences of this theorem? Well, it is because of no cloning theorem that you can say the classical error correcting algorithms does not work with quantum computing, and we have to devise a completely different approach and the Shor's algorithm for quantum error correction. And another important aspect of no cloning theorem is that it supports, you can say, uncertainty principle. We already know that we cannot simultaneously measure the multiple physical quantities of a given particle. If you try to measure one particle, the other you can say physical quantity will be affected. But if it's possible to make clones of a given qubit, then you can make a clone of the quantum state of a given particle and perform different measurement on different clones, and therefore you would be able to achieve all the property. You will be able to plot down all the properties of the given particle, which is contradictory to uncertainty principle. And that's it for this video. That's everything there is to no cloning theorem. No cloning theorem is important because as we move further, we will be studying about quantum teleportation and super dense coding, in which we will be, you can say, moving the given qubit from one point to another, and while we do so, we will be destroying the original qubit at its initial position, and you can say remaking it in its final position. So it's important that you know that we are in this while doing such operation, we are not cloning the qubit, because it is not possible to clone the state of a given qubit. So yeah, that's it.